How's it going, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. Happy Sunday. Hope you got a nice, easy week ahead of you. What's up, Cat? As you can see, we're playing a game very special to you, considering you suggested it. We're playing the Stanley Parable. May miss the start of the stream by a few minutes. It's all good. Also, what's up, Stardust? Now, what is a parable, huh? Let's look that up real quick. What's a parable? A succinct, didactic story. What the heck is didactic? My dog is freaking out, trying to learn what the word didactic means. Intended to teach. So this is a story that is succinct and is meant to teach, and is about Stanley. Or a little bit. Oh, that's good. That's good. Hey, every little bit of forward progress counts, you know. Like health wise, especially, and hopefully your finger is a little bit better too. Hold on, my dog is. Where'd she go? Daisy. Where'd you go? Maybe I was hearing things. Maybe it was that dementia that's been oh so prevalent in my life. I don't actually have dementia. Yes, that's right. Okay, we're playing the Stanley Parable. We're going to learn about Stanley, because this is a succinct story meant to teach about Stanley. This was requested by Cat. Everyone say thank you, Cat. Transferring the sickness to you. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear the finger doesn't hurt anymore. We just dropped a ton of frames as I'm looking in the playback. I think he's got a voodoo doll of your YouTube avatar. And has been coughing onto it. Who's ready to commence this succinct teaching story of Stanley? I've not played this in a long time, or I haven't seen anything related to this in a long time. That was interesting. It just made both of my monitors go black. It's freaking out my computers. My screens. Why is it doing that? That's so strange. What are you doing? Dog is in the hallway. Can you see the... Okay, there's the game. This is the story. And I'm stumped. That's right, I remember a British guy, but that's about it. Yo, wait. The frame rate is probably being weird because it's literally... Both of my monitors go black whenever I change the window while this game is open. Ugh. Extras. Achievement. Enabled. I just got an achievement. I like that it's full. It's kind of like full screen. Oh, sorry. It's loading. End is never the end is never the end is loading. The end is loading? It's like there's like a box with the resolution from what I'm looking at.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Can you guys hear okay? I know this is pretty dialogue heavy.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Stanley.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day,
That's good.
every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending,
so
Stanley
squished.
relished every moment that the orders came.
Oh, it is.
As
It's
though
like
he
the
had
exact
been made
opposite on my
exactly
end.
for this job. And Stanley was happy.
This was a game released in 2013.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest
It looks
time.
better when the
But as he
actual
came
game
to
is
his
playing.
wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Huh? Huh? This is my office. Oh, I'm sorry about the sniffles. What's up, hi? We're engaging in a parable about Stanley. What does this mug say? I hate Mondays. You can't jump. Unfortunately. Can I zoom? I want to see what this form is. You can crouch, which is interesting. So I've not played this in a very long time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Can I put subtitles on? Aha. Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the
There
meeting
you go.
room. Perhaps he had
In
simply
case the
missed a
audio
memo.
is strange. Stanley x Garfield. The Garfield DLC.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That's weird. I cannot find a trace of my coworkers. Who farted? Wait a second, I've seen that mug. This person just sharpens pencils all day. I feel like in the playback, for some people, if it's too quiet for them, they can just read the subtitles. But as long as the frame rate is not... What's wrong with the frame rate? Is it freezing again? Oh, I see what's going on. Hang on. Let me try switching to... That's weird, because it's at like a fine place. Time to hopefully second. Okay, are we back? I think we're probably back. Should be more stable now. Their computers are they even plugged in anywhere? Nice, okay. None of these computers are even plugged in.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
What?
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5
Head is
clicks.
loving this motion blur.
Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Somehow higher resolution? I don't know how that happened.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
The computer's broke. I didn't do it! Oh dear.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
Bro, I just
want to see
started the game.
commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? Where's 417? It says 427. Go. Oh! So it's just it's heaven outside. We're deceased. We're in purgatory. Just seeing if there's like a little mouse in there. There's not. Should turn off everybody's computers. It's better that we're not, you know, wasting power. Don't want to be a nosy Nelly. It's Discord light mode. Okay, here. There we go.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
That's back this way. I saw it early.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay. Sounds good to me. I really want that achievement. He said 415, right?
Now, back to door number 437.
Yes! Oh, someone didn't clean that up. L. It says L. This is true. This is indeed peak gameplay. Wait, what? Oh, here it is.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy machine. That's this!
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yes! Yes!
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419?
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Okay!
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Is there one here? No, it's all the way back there!
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now? What were you thinking?
But I think there's more if you click 426. No, I was hoping there'd be some additional dialogue right there. It sounds like I'm trying to lick the water off of the leaves. Clicking just makes a sound.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't want this choice. Okay, door on the left. Fine. Perhaps I should click on all the doors. Water.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I kind of want to read these. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header. There's a bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You, most of all. That includes you all, chatters. Number of slides on this slide. Slides, charts, charts, and slides. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. What? The Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill in the triplicate and return to your Boss Appreciation Specialist. Solving interpersonal conflict. Have you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined toward conflict? What are your dreams for the future? Mitosis? Tips for not getting fired. Talk less, do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day. Don't get fired. No expectation of promotion or recognition. Okay, that was the entire presentation. Work harder. Hard worker. Bi-quarterly post-review review. We need less reviews. 402 plus 405. Want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule. But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Charts needed to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net? Some sort of child trap? A lot of percent. Spare a space between the teenagers. Caprit. Up to mitosis, my boats. Throw something in the ideas bin. No more bins. Trash cans. Renaming of the ideas bin. Firing of me. I love looking at all the little things they've got around here. What do people want? Things. Money. Mike, James, you're fired. What does that say? Happy feelings. Oh. What about the carpet? More money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs? Graphs about things plus money. We have our new product. I got an achievement for trying to jump. The stock market is somewhere here. Colored in segment. Stripes. Requires more secondary research. What is hot? Profits, 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 profits. Okay, easy on the carpet. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. This box is too small. Cabal planning? What? Targets. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Standard graphs 40 times wide. Not cost efficient. Ongoing. Okay, get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize papers. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire someone to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of, and it's all blurred out. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right next day's agenda reflect. Okay, time to continue. There's supposed to be someone in here.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But I don't know.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
But what if I lifted this cardboard box up? Or this one? Or maybe this pipe
It was
leads somewhere.
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
I need
At
privacy.
least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
You can't say that. Even if...
Are you really still in the broom closet?
I'm
Standing around
inspecting.
doing
I'm
nothing?
inspecting.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm trying to collect this monkey wrench. Try eating the broom.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
I think
But it
this
didn't
is a
even
haunted
occur to
broom
me,
closet.
because literally, this closet is of absolutely no
Fuck
significance
off.
to the story
What's up, O?
whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Your profile and Cat-Cat's profile are so similar.
Maybe to you, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
But where do these pipes lead?
Stanley
And what's
was
on the
fat
top
and
shelf?
ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Well, now I'm not leaving at all.
Well, I've come to a
Now
very
it's out of
definite
spite.
conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of
I'm
before
alive,
it begins to
and I'm doing this
decompose.
to spite you.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
No, he's
He
not.
or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
We're having
it's
fun here.
indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please
Is this
remove
a
their
flat
corpse
surface,
from the
or is it
area
somewhat bent?
and instruct
Look,
another
there's so much
human to
room
take
to
their
explore.
place at the computer,
looks
making
pretty
sure
bent to
they
me.
understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this
Why do
game
you think they
is
put
not
this
lost on them.
symbol here, a
All
person
right.
falling on
When
the
you've
wet
done that, just step out
ground?
into the hallway.
It must be because it had happened once before.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I get you too. Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look,
Welcome
you
back,
can hammer
welcome
out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Oh no. Rip. Kinda want some of these devices. I think we should go back in. I think I might have missed something. Okay, I think we've exhausted all the dialogue.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm going to walk upstairs to my boss's office. He's got some explaining to do. Someone's talking upstairs very, very loud. To get the ending, wait in there for 2 hours. I wish I had that kind of time. What's up, random dinosaur? Welcome back. We're going to my boss's office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
There's not a single
Shocked,
indication of human life in
unraveled,
here.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Maybe there's something in the
What
water.
he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned
Oh
it
my
an
God.
extra secret pin number.
He's having a marital affair.
2845.
2845.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Where's the keypad? Oh, here. 2.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Don't.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by
I
sheer
knew
luck.
it all along.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
No. What is this? What are all these new things? It'd be a shame if you could fall down there. I didn't know the code. I didn't. Down we go. To the Stanley dimension.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself.
What's the meaning of
to
my
question
job?
the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had
wanna go
never
back up.
occurred to him?
There's only a down
This
arrow.
question would not go unanswered for long.
I can only go down. Fine. But maybe if I...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, this is just too much for me to handle. A down arrow is only an up arrow that has been through a lot. I don't want to go to the mind control facility. Oh. But there's an escape.
Although this
this is the
passageway had the
original.
word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
No, that's not true. This is the OG
The door
Stanley
behind
Parable.
him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
But maybe if I keep going this way, I can escape.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
It's very real. This is an escape. Uh-oh. No, if
As the
only
machine whirred into motion and Stanley
If
was
only I had
inched
been told
closer
about
and
this.
closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no
If I
consequence,
crouch,
like plucking the eyeballs
maybe
from
they
a
can't
blind
see me.
man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
I knew it!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
I knew if I crouched.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Didn't happen.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in
What?
his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
That's what I'm saying. That guy was not cool.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
No freaking way. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development through the core layout, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. The pacing of the opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors at a good time. Except if you're going after achievements. Then it's whatever time you want. The set of 2 open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. I mean, there's a lot of different, I don't know if you'd call them endings, but there's a lot of kind of branching paths. Nature paintings. Spilled coffee, the normal one. The office. Button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game when the buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Pick a favorite sound. 1 through 5. I'm a big fan of 2. 5 is pretty good too. I like those. Some good sounds on there. Davy. Oh yeah, that's Doug's brother, Davy Redden. 4 or 5. I'm a 2er or 5er. Maintenance room, an early version of the maintenance room. These are screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD remix. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to win. The point of Stanley Parable HD remix is to lose. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. Maybe that clock was better. Before, I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? Well, I can't see the images because of this text, so I could just get rid of the text. Maybe then I would see what the game is about. 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight. Valve's process of approving games to Steam. The Greenlight page had only a few cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. The lounge, an early version of the lounge. I don't even think we went to the lounge. We just went to an office space. Cargo lift. Some of the stuff we haven't seen. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look like more like a place where cargo is actually stored. Fascinating. The cargo lift is always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. So we did do that, I suppose. The mating room, that's where we were before. The flow of hallways following the first 2 doors is important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it's the simplest version that went out. I see. Simplest option 1. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before the launch. Yo, what's up, Cat? The screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. player would pull a lever, and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. Comparing the views of all your other top 6 shows, that Ultra Kill is more your thing. I get it. I also want to try some other stuff. Like, this was always like a variety sort of channel. I mean, if people like, you know, stuff, of course I want to do it. It just felt like after the most recent Ultra Kill stream that there was not as much enthusiasm, or at least less people were kind of coming in. So I figured we could always check some new stuff out. Wait, the Encore is coming out this month? Holy! You will not look at the other endings. That's like the meme at the screen. That's, wait, yeah, that's later this month? Is that, wait, where's that information? I saw Hockey just posted something the other day, like the 5.2 visual update. The game is now paused. Begin the game again, resume the game. Options, return to the main menu. Monitor room, elevator. So there was an up and a down room. I mean, when there is a new update, I will definitely play more Ultra Kill. Twitter and YouTube? I didn't even see anything on YouTube. I don't know how I must have missed it. Wow. Less people watch Ultra Kill gameplay when the stream is more experienced. That's interesting. I guess people kind of want to get... People want, like, the new stuff, and they want to see someone's reactions to the game. This is the freedom ending as it was in the beta. Interesting. This is all very interesting stuff. Well, when that update comes up...
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
What are you talking about?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I feel like I'm at a point where I've
not.
learned quite a bit of the game
Sometimes
as
these
well.
things cannot be seen.
It's just like little minute like bits of tech.
But listen to me. You can still save these two.
What?
You can stop the program
No!
before they both fail.
No, not again!
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
I died. That was too many choices. What happened? We gotta quit to the menu. Alright, we already saw the intro. Huh? Wait, this is kind of strange.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I need to go to the meeting room. Maybe I missed the memo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think the meeting room is to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
Like
admire it.
4:30. Aw, shucks.
Ah,
Thanks.
yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth
I'll
the
definitely
detour
be
after
playing it
all,
again once that
just to
update
spend a
comes
few
out, though.
moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
But I also want to make sure I'm getting in stuff that you all want to see, and stuff that is fun and different.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Wow.
A room so
What kind of cold
utterly
drinks are there?
captivating
For only
that even though
$1.25?
all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
I want
Really worth it.
purple.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible
It's a nice
that this
room.
is why everyone left.
Wait. You get a little bit of air.
Stanley
running
sat
into the
around
table.
waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Oh wait. But if you walk into the table, at a certain angle, it lifts you up. See, now had I not stuck around in the room.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Let me back in. I need to look at the table some more.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, I think we need to go down. See, this narrator has no sense of
Stanley
whimsy.
didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Right. I can't go to the right.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute?
I don't know. It's like a... It must be a weird
Went
shaped
down,
building.
Right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I think it's this way. Oh my god.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable.
What?
How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track.
Explain.
Okay, from the top.
What if I go back?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What? What is going on?
When Stanley... Wait,
Oh.
what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you
I didn't touch
move
anything.
the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was
Let's
right
fill
here
these
just a minute
forms.
ago. I know for sure that
cover
it's here
letters.
somewhere. Okay,
Resumes.
then. It's an adventure.
Documents of
Come,
various
Stanley.
kinds.
Let's find the story.
We're gonna find the story. I wish it was over there. Where's the story? Tell me! This definitely feels like story. I think we're going the correct way.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story
Yeah,
here before.
well, we're trying to find
Do
it.
we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it
guy.
unlikely that
No
we'll ever
sense of
progress by
adventure.
starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No! No, 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 no.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's so much story opportunity there.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
30 subs,
Why don't we
nice.
go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Oh, maybe we did. That might be the best idea this guy's had all day.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Nah, this is not the story.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Imagine trying to play this with dementia. Grandpa plays the Stanley Parable.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this
What
place
is
at all.
this?
Is this the story? I don't think so.
This feels like some
I
story.
can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Speaking of dementia,
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely
forgotten.
forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yeah, we beat it.
I know you put in a lot of
For
hard
real.
work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win
What?
fair
Of
and
course I
square,
did.
and this was not one of those situations.
Of course I won.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this
Chat,
place
did we
is.
win?
I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of
I had a
the
little bit to
Stanley
drink
Parable
this morning.
Adventure
I don't know
Line.
if I can walk in.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
But the meeting room is this way.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
I suppose we can walk the line. Solitaire! Wait, let me up. Just play solitaire. The line TM. It's like a TM emoji.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience
down
of
instead?
that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential
Is
mental
he my
subjective
Valentine?
construct?
On a mug?
Hang on.
That's a shitty
That got a bit
Valentine's
weird
gift.
back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
Whoa.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to
Censored.
lighten the mood.
Follow the line for the adventure! monthly ledgers, corporate amounts, and consolidation reports, annual reviews, departmental accounts, personal files, budget analysis, financial records. What's up, Tube Sock Telephone? Welcome back.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
The lion has a jump kit. It's true. It was hitting some aerial maneuvers I would not have expected.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Lion, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Wait, what the?
Oh, no, not again, Lion. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
I think there is at least 17 leaves.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
True.
We're intelligent people, right?
Now you're
Why
starting
can't we
to...
make up our own story? Something exciting,
Now you're starting to
daring,
make sense.
mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
No, I think we should go back to the office. Wait for help.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
Yeah.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path.
Can we get the
a
music
new
back?
Story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I'm thinking takes place in an office.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
But it's so fun. It's moving around so fun. Can I go up? I want to go up.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How
The line is a
important we
fungus.
mustn't
It is like a
squander the
brain parasite.
opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
Like a little stick
Just
bug
walk in
that
circles
lives in your
for a minute.
brain.
Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
After a long
We're
time,
supposed to
Stanley
restart the game
dies?
eight times?
No.
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Or what if I don't want to forget?
Narrator
My mind
forgets.
goes blank simply
Stanley
because it's
attempts
written
to play
here on
the story.
this thing.
Can't go anywhere.
Wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why
Find the
don't
line
I
again.
get a say in all of this? Is it really?
Find an identical replica
No,
of
it
the
can't
office
be.
that has begun to
I don't want it to be.
deteriorate.
I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this.
Find a
I won't
bookstore.
restart the game.
Get
I
bored
won't
and
do
leave.
it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the time return stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How
No,
would we
it must
even
have been
know?
this chair.
Will someone come for us?
An anomaly.
Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait.
Yeah.
You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
Is
Though
everybody
they're all
learning
saying
something?
that life is about the journey
Is this,
and not the destination. So I hope that's
Didactic
where we
story
are
teaching
right
you
now.
something?
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Oh my god. That was so loud.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What is going on?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do we go on the right or the left? I don't know. I want to go back. We go on the right again.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow.
No.
Yes.
I have zero
this
time.
room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sure.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay. We're here at the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, I was like, the broom closet looks very different.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Oh. Very interesting room.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I want to go down. The haunting red light. It beckons me. Gotta... Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep!
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired
That
for
can't
that.
happen.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something
before.
occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers
crazy.
blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
What?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Oh god, I
And
gotta
at
get out of
last,
here.
he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words
Oh
for
my
it.
god.
I'm dreaming!
I'm dreaming!
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll
I'm
have to
not
go
crazy.
back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
That's so true.
So he imagined
I need to
himself
appreciate the
flying
finer things.
and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Wait a second.
Why is there a voice
Why
in
is
my
there a voice in my head
dictating everything that I'm doing and
thinking?
thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he
I
thought.
got you.
And while he thought it all very odd, and
rats,
wondered
the
if this
rats,
voice
the
spoke to
rats!
all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his
I'm
life.
so lucid right now.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all,
I
he
was
knew for
crazy
certain, beyond a
once.
doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
So
This
true.
voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that
This
he
is
was
my
in control.
dream.
That this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Wake up.
I'm through with this
Wake up.
dream. I wish it to be
Wake
over.
up.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue
could
pushing
you-
the buttons.
How could you get
Please.
caught in that rebel
It's all I
room?
want. I want my apartment and my wife
I'm
and my
married?
job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
I
Wake up.
am okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an
Stanley!
office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? It's me.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
She's got like
And
cat
although she
hair.
would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Like that.
And in
They
that
look like
moment,
that.
she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
What's
I
a
am
person
sane.
human?
I am in control of
Fog
my
is
mind.
coming.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very
Uh-oh.
important people
better get to that
whose
meeting.
impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Blah. She didn't call 911? That's kind of messed up. What? What?
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
It's still going. There's paper everywhere. The anti-schizo pills were actually normal pills?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I suppose so.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
What?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let me in.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Maybe my boss knows what's going I want to go to the executive bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to just pick one. Extreme bathrooms. Fascinating room. No! Business strategy. What? What the heck? Recommendations from the Oversight Committee. I wonder what those recommendations were. On January something 1991. Short history. Is he humming? Is he saying music as well? Saying music. I can't read that. It's too shaky. No one shakes this much in the elevator except claustrophobic people. A short history of the relations what? I went up and down at the same time. Between Poland and Austria-Hungary. Oh. Now I can enjoy my music again. Alright, I think we're good. We're done with the elevator. I did hear him saying that. Or whatever it was.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
No, I want to go through!
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go! This is a high-octane game. I need to keep moving. I have a mental...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
What?
Did he have the strength to find out?
What? Oh, you gotta keep going this way.
Now the monitors jumped to
Fired.
life, their true nature
Fired.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh my gosh.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
No!
It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
No, it can't be.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or
Blue
content.
or red.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
I will not
For
let this
he
power
would dismantle the controls
exert.
once and for all.
Five.
And when at last he found the source of the...
What? I clicked on nothing.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it
Feel
over?
uncertain. 8. Yeah, it was 8.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
I wish to be
Stanley
free.
reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building
I
hold?
don't know how that happened.
But as sunlight
even looking
streamed
at
into
it.
the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking,
Let me
but
out!
happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Good night,
Stanley
random
stepped
dinosaur.
through the open door.
Congrats on your Sprite.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the
Wow.
immense possibility of the new path before him.
This feels so liberating.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I'm so happy. Beat the game, it says.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
I don't want to go.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I need to look harder. They're not in the mug. Or behind the plant. Beep, 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 boop, boop, beep. Brr, brr. What is going on? Huh?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I need to go to the right again.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley?
Everything.
Its grace, its
Especially
subtle
this
charm.
table.
No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
Do
ago.
not lie. If you're lying, stop right now. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty of jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000. Ah!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I didn't want the fine.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
We're gonna go back there. For sure.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wish we could B-hop.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness.
I'm so happy.
Then the feeling went away, and he felt
Okay.
sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
This is the happiness aspect. The surfing
But
on
eager
the
to
table.
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Stand on
Look,
the
Stanley,
cargo
I
lift.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I hate you!
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make
Boss
every
Dad is a
decision by yourself. Now, I'm
Yeah,
not
sorry.
asking for me, I'm asking for her.
I guess it is. I don't know how many
This
endings
is it,
there are.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Her?
She's been waiting.
Employee should never, under any circumstances, attempt to... Oh! Remember. Only use the forklift if you are certified.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
What?
To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then
What?
pick up the phone.
Mother?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
My wife. It's my beautiful wife.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I love
This
you, my
is
wife.
a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his
You don't have an
existence.
oven? Wait, this is an oven, I suppose.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
I'm not pressing the next
One
button.
might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No. I refuse. Press everything but the I button. Pretty much pressed every single button on the keyboard. Oh, I accidentally shift tabbed. No, wait. I thought that
Even
was
now,
just, I thought it was a
Stanley's
joke.
office was a distant memory.
Like
What did it
the
look
second
like?
resume button.
There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
I have to go back there, wait.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I thought that was
Perhaps
a joke.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
I love this room.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy.
Now, what if it
really,
goes
I'm
up
not.
there and then I jump
I
off?
realize that
Like you were
investing
saying,
your
if
trust in
I jump
someone
off at a
else can
certain
be
point.
difficult, but the fact is that the
Oh, wait,
story
no,
has
like it
been
can go
about
this way.
nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me
No,
prove
you
it.
don't.
Let me prove that
No,
I'm on
you
your
don't.
side. Give me a chance.
Danger everywhere. I read my signs. Do not stand on this side of the... Go.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door, got it.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Got it. Blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door, got it.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this
It's an orange
section of the map
box.
because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help
perfect.
elucidate these strange and unknowable
It reminds me
desires of
of
yours.
the break
What would have
room.
made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with
Vehicle
me. You've given me
trees.
absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Sure. Actually, I will go this way.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, of course. A 3. Really. Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or
Yeah, it was
engagement with
average.
your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Hmm?
Shot in the dark.
Wonderful.
Wait,
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
4-3.
Now,
Okay.
would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again,
It's a little
honest
better.
answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
I love
Perfect. Let
games.
me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think
see.
the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
It's so obnoxious. Alright. Alright. You're gonna burn.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you
The
hate
4 hours
babies
thing
or
is
purely
real?
to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think
I
of
thought
a
there was a
single
4.
thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Behind him with the button. There's a WND
this
button.
seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, we're playing someone else. Yeah.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A
Yeah, but you
game
put me
I
in a
had
hole.
absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well,
This
I'll
is
say
awesome.
this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes. It's
shit house.
complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it.
is
Gaze
not
upon
Sky
my
Factory
work of
5.
art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Fine.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Yes. Play Minecraft. Mine diamonds. Play Minecraft. Mine diamonds.
Oh, my. It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. Look at all these old textures. These early 2010s textures.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in
No.
mind. I'm looking for something more
No, I gotta
narrow
find the
and
diamonds.
linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one.
No.
Okay, new game.
Play Minecraft. Mine diamonds. Portal.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Oh! Cool.
Oh,
Need this.
it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Need my companion cube. Put it right there with my
Genius.
mug shard.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty.
No!
I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games.
Please rate your experience. We found the Stanley I didn't mean to do that. This is all part of the alpha. It's so old and dark. It's like really dark. This is most peculiar indeed. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is loading. Ah, yes, this is perfect. Huh? What?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice.
I'm very happy.
And if
with my
he's
choice.
learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
Nope.
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am.
Oh, very cool.
That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I can't see anything.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
What did it
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I want
Perhaps
to go
he
back
had
to
simply missed a
the
memo.
wife apartment thing.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew
Guess
it
I didn't
perfectly
technically
well.
get that ending.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
There's more.
first.
I didn't go
just
through
to
the red
admire
door.
it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley
That
uncomfortable.
would be
And he
crazy.
started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
Hi, Mario!
But eager to get back to business,
Hi, Mario!
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do I go back to the wife area, or do I go back to the red room area?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I
Don't.
really do
It's
want
already
to
been
help
apparent.
you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully.
the
This
room
is
that is
important.
red.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley Parable.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running,
This
just the way you're doing right now.
sucks.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
No.
And I think I
gonna keep
have a
moving.
solution. Here, let me show you.
You can't just keep walking past it. Oh, UFO. What's UFO?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here,
It's
right in this
magnificent.
moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Wow. Aurora Borealis. Well, back to look for my coworkers. I don't want to leave. It's incredible.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
We're on drugs. Green makes me sick.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Okay, we're going back. I can't lose this.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
As long as the next thing is not worse than green. If this next thing is worse, perhaps offensive even, we're out of here. The meth fish? Red! Alright, that's enough.
No. What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Shut up.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
It's red in there.
Please, no,
color of
Stanley,
anger.
let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Goodbye, cruel world.
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
I hate you!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Whoop!
maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
He sounded so sad.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay.
What could it
We
mean?
need to go back to where the
Stanley
wife was,
decided
because
to
we
go
did
to the
not
meeting
finish
room.
that segment.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Accidentally restarted everything.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes.
And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room. Va-va-voom. What a room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What was even in here? I can't remember. Oh. I remember
Stanley
now.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten
You can't
off
go
on the
that way,
wrong
right?
foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I
Va-va-voom.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be
Va-va-vooey.
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
Can you go
all
down
this
there?
time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone
We're
you've
going back to the
forgotten
wife room.
about.
Hard commit.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
That's her, Stanley.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I
Oh,
want
is
you
that-
to
that's
come in
true.
and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh, come on.
It's hurt even
Did
more
you
the
actually
second
think you
time.
had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to
Va-va-voom.
see something.
That's my
Come
wife.
inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow.
Okay,
He
we're
has
not
a job that
accidentally
demands
quitting.
nothing of him, and every button that he pushes
Unplug
is a
the
reminder
phone,
of the
next restart.
inconsequential nature of his existence.
Will do, will
Look at
do,
him
will do.
there, pushing buttons, doing exactly
Oh,
what he's
good.
told
Let me
to
in
do.
my room.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now
I didn't
he's
even see the
going
phone had a
home.
plug.
Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
Wait, and then in the
From behind
room
his
where you go
desk,
through the red and the
Stanley
blue door,
dreamed
when
of
he puts you
wild
back into the
expeditions
room
the
with the three
unknown.
different doors, like he adds the
Fantastic
one,
discoveries of new lands.
then I should
It
go
was
into a
wonderful.
room that
And each day that
isn't
he
the room
returned
that he
to work
added. There's
was
so-
a
there's so
reminder
many
that
paths.
none of it would ever happen to him.
press 2 to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss,
They're not
everyone in the
real. They're
building
gone.
had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
I'm so excited.
So he went
Spend
further.
some time with the
He
boys.
imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Wow. Dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible
my
paths
God.
and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Yes, 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 that'll do. Oh, 0.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
It's this one.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
A mirror.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules.
We need a mirror.
I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to.
Okay.
I must.
Do it.
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Nope.
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Okay, now we're gonna try unplugging the phone.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're going backward. The backwards
This was
run.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
After this run, stay in the starting room. Gotcha.
It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following
Now I'm gonna go
directions,
forward
it's
so I don't
incredible he
accidentally
wasn't
go off the
5 years
platform.
ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Has it?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by
I want to
yourself.
unhook this platform.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
There was a bug.
You actually
Thought there was an
chose
ant in the
incorrectly.
corner.
I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
No.
How had I not noticed it sooner?
I didn't do anything.
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
He's gonna... Oh, no.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Guys, I'm sorry, I gotta end stream. I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back.
Okay.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
No. I'm choosing not to. Although I'm thinking nothing will happen if I don't.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Let me down. Cut my head in half. I just wanted to make choices.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I refuse. I hate the real world.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
No, the narrative contradiction. Do I have to go through the left now? I don't think going through the right again did anything. I guess we have to go to the left.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Ooh. Well, that was winning. Oh dear.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
I was.
Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
No.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On his right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
True.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Is this just
that
loop?
means
Does it
choosing
just loop?
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Okay, we'll go to the left.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Read these
All
papers.
right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I want to go to the right. Just kidding. Oh, now it's too late to do a funny. Go back to the door on the right.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's okay, we still have a little bit of time. No, it doesn't open.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
want to go back. It's a regular bathroom now. Oh.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again
This is not my
stunned to
boss's
discover not an
office?
indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath
Night
and
Shark
then spoke the
115.
code.
Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he opened the door on his
I'm dissociating.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
That's what he looks like.
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me?
I guess that's the game, but we have to wait in the office.
That's correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
This is a very funny game.
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Okay, now we just don't leave the office?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
It's here.
But Stanley simply
Was that
couldn't
it?
handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision?
Thank you, Cat
What if
Cat.
a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt.
I think that's the whole game. That was fun. Good freaking game. I had not seen anything about that game in quite a long time. I only got 4 of the 10 achievements, by the way. There's 10 achievements. Wait, we can get another one just by starting the game and starting the game again. Now, of course, it's being all sorts of silly with my computer. Did it do anything? I did not do the DLC. Wait, what phone?
This is the...
I don't think it was ringing. It was not ringing. I thought I was supposed to get an achievement for doing that. Oh, it did. I did. I didn't hear a phone. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years is an achievement. I didn't hear any of those things. 15% have the 5 years achievement. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds, not including load times. It is impossible to get this achievement, and play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. I did not hear... You can clip it. You can clip that moment and then put it in the Discord, and then we'll see. But I didn't hear anything ringing. I didn't hear the rain either. Don't play the game for 10 years? That wasn't even on there, but I believe you. That's probably a thing. In 5 years, if we're still alive and kicking, I guess you can play the game. I don't have any reason not to be alive in 5 years, so we'll 2030 is the next Stanley Parable stream. All right, that was fun. Cat, thank you for recommending the game. I appreciate it. Next stream will be Tuesday. I will put a background submissions channel in the Discord either tonight or tomorrow. Sorry, I meant to do it earlier in the week, but we'll have something. I guess we'll be... The fog is coming? Oh, okay, I believe you. We'll keep an eye out for the Ultra Kill updates, because we will play that update when it comes out on stream. But, is Komyong. On Tuesday, we'll be playing more Minecraft, I think. Or Subnautica, I guess. It depends on what you want to see. But that was fun. Thank you all for watching. 6:30 p.m. PST on Tuesday is the next stream. So until then, I hope you have a very good week. And I will hopefully see you next time. Either one is fun. I agree. Both of those games have been very, very fun. Yes, Cat, what's up? You have to impress me, or else I'm ending the stream right now with whatever you type next. Think about it and vote. Might just like flip a coin or something. But yeah, okay. I'll put in another poll. Can you do a booklet? I don't know what I would make a booklet about, but maybe. I'll take a look at booklet. We'll see what we can do. I will not rule it out. All right. Everyone have a good night. Have a great week. I'll see you on Tuesday. Until then, Stay strong, soldiers. Or whatever they say. Whatever people say now. I don't know. I don't go outside. Alright. Later.